Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids, and I thought today we'd just have a look at what's going on with the Phragmipediums. I mean, I've got them back on the drip system now, most of them. About 3 or 4 of them are not on it just yet, but I'm a little bit late with the fish blood and bone, so they've all had a bit of that, and now they're on the drip system, then the roots should start growing like mad. I mean, I tried this out at the beginning of last year, or the year before, and they're absolutely fantastic. So we'll see how they go on. Anyhow, we'll just have a look at some of the Phragmipediums and we'll just check them over. But before we do that, this is my RO system, and the wastewater is going into the drip system from the for the Phragmipediums. So it comes out there, the wastewater, goes along the red pipe and into the little things I've made with all the aquarium stuff and the drippers, and it goes right along and feeding or watering and feeding all these Phragmipediums. And you can see the water dripping through there. If I get down a bit, see it all dripping away. I mean, if you've got an open, excuse me, if you've got an open media on these, then they'll take any amount of water you're going to give them. Because you think, well, in the wild, the roots of them run in running water all the time. So this water is not going to do them any harm whatsoever. Anyhow, we'll just have a look at a few of the plants. Now this is a longifolium, and the only trouble is with them being on the drip system, I can't lift them up and move them, so I'll have to try and get a little bit closer. This is one of the new growths. There's a new growth there, there's a little new growth starting further on, and a new growth there. So that's a longifolium. A little bit difficult to film them all when they're on the system. This one here is the Fritz Schomburg, coming up with some beautiful growths here. There's one there, another beautiful growth here, another one here, another one down here. So that's going to do fine. Beautiful flowers on those as well, providing that they don't reflex too much when they open, because they're bred from Bessi and Kavakii. The next one is a Lasverinus, a cross between Kavakii and Sargentianum. This plant grows very big, and believe it or not, this is a new growth this year. This one, absolutely beautiful. And there's some more new growth coming up down at the bottom if we can get in to have a look. There we are. So that's going to do very nicely on the drip. Phragmipedium Lasverinus. This one's a Phragmipedium grande. You can see it's flowered before from there and there. And the old growth now at the back, I'll pull it forward, all going yellow and dying off. But plenty and plenty of growth down here to flower this coming year. So get down, have a look. Yeah, another one coming out there. And you can see the fish blood and bone there resting on the top. It'll eventually go down when all the media gets wet through. Phragmipedium grande. The smaller one is a grande cross by Caudatum, and this has got a beautiful new growth on this year, so that may flower towards the autumn time. I can't see any other small growth on it from where I am, but I'm quite happy with that, and you can see on the top there bits of fish blood and bone. The next one is another grande. And can't see any new growth on the bottom. This has flowered a couple of times last year, and this is the new growth for the coming year, and there's plenty of new growth around the side here, so that should produce something at the back end of this year. And we've got this Ricteri that's in flower. Got a couple of spikes on it. This has been in flower a long time. In fact, I got fed up of seeing it, so I cut the spikes off, and within a month it had shoved up another 2 spikes. So you can see this has got beautiful flower on it, more buds at the back there, and on the other spike a nice flower on it and more large buds at the back there. Absolutely lovely, that plant, and it's no trouble whatsoever. Here's another nice plant with nice new growths on it, and I can't see the label, but I think it's another Grandi. I had quite a few of these, and this has just got the 2 growths on, nothing else coming up, but being on the drip system now it should do fine. And then we've got some not on the drip system just yet, and this is a Phragmipedium caudatum, which I don't think I'll be putting on the drip system, because these like to be just that little bit drier. Nice 3 new growths on there, 3 big growths on there, and another one coming up down at the bottom there. That's Phragmipedium caudatum. And then next to it is a Phragmipedium Warsawixianum. Absolutely beautiful, this one, coming up nice, and that's coming out with some new growth, just starting to put some up there. And then this plant, which isn't looking too good, but is doing fine, is the Phragmipedium cardinale. Flowered this year a couple of times, and you can see this is the old plant, and it's got new growth here, a new growth here, and I think there's another one. Oh, there it is. There's another new growth. So that's putting up 3 new growths, so that should be fine. In 2 or 3 months from now there should be 2 or 3 times that size. And last but not least, we've got this Phragmipedium Olaf Gruss, and this hasn't flowered for a couple of years, but it is going to do this year. As you can see, it's put a nice spike up there, been ready for budding, and if you look round, there's another one coming up there, and right round the back you can see another one coming up there, and it may put another one up at this side. In fact, I think it is doing. So that will be 4 spikes on that one, so that should be a beautiful flower when they're all in bloom. Now I've got a few others which are rescue plants really, and they're all sort of Sedeniais and things like that around the back here on the drip system, but you don't want to have a look at. Oh, that's a Garum Weaver. That wasn't doing so well, but that's coming on now. That's another Garum Weaver there, a young one, and then another Sedenii which isn't doing too well. Well, I could show you a bit more, but I think that's enough of the Phragmipediums for today. So well, thank you all for watching. Thanks to all my subscribers, and until next time, I'll see you all later.